Welcome back. Have you ever felt like talking about the future in English is kind of like trying to steer a ship through an unpredictable asteroid field? Well, you are in exactly the right place. In this explainer, we're going to decode the exact mechanics of time travel in English. We'll be focusing specifically on how to master your main thrusters, the verbs and structures that actually propel us forward.
Okay, let's look at today's flight plan. First up, ¿qué es el will? Then, afirmaciones, promesas y decisiones. After that, we'll hit el lado oscuro, el won't, followed by interrogando al futuro. Then, the ultimate showdown, will versus going to. And finally, errores comunes de navegación.
Let's jump right into Section 1. ¿Qué es el will?
So we're starting our training with the primary engine of our time machine, the word will. Now, you might be thinking it's just a simple tense marker, but actually it's so much more than that. It is a modal auxiliary verb. This basically means it reflects your attitude, your immediate willingness to do something right now, or your personal belief about what the future holds, even if you literally have zero proof in front of you.
And honestly, the mechanics here are brilliantly simple. There are absolutely no complex conjugations to worry about across different subjects. Whether it's I, you, he, she, it, we, or they, the engine is exactly the same. Subject plus will plus your base verb. You say I will go, not I will to go. It really is just a universal hyperdrive for all pronouns.
Moving right along to Section 2, afirmaciones, promesas y decisiones.
Now that our engine is humming, let's engage those affirmative thrusters. Whenever you're reacting instantly to a situation, or maybe predicting something based purely on your own gut feeling, will is absolutely your go-to maneuver. Phone rings? Boom, rapid decision, I'll get it. Making a promise? I will always help you. Or if you're predicting the future based strictly on your subjective opinion, you'd say, I think he will be a great doctor. No physical evidence, just your personal belief.
Take a look at this spontaneous human volition in action. The speaker decides to help at the exact moment they see the heavy bags. They definitely didn't plan this yesterday, right? Also, notice that contraction, I'll. In spoken English, we almost always contract will to apostrophe LL right after a pronoun. It just makes your conversational flight path incredibly smooth.
All right, Section 3, el lado oscuro, el won't.
What happens when our systems fail or we face active resistance? Well, welcome to the dark side. Just as will shows a strong willingness to do something, won't, which is just the contraction for will not, shows a firm, stubborn decision not to do something. It expresses deliberate refusal. Like, if a kid refuses to eat their vegetables, you'd say he won't eat them. It's not just a prediction about the future, it's active defiance.
Now, what's really fascinating here is how we project human stubbornness onto machines when they refuse to work. When you say the car won't start or the door won't open, you aren't just stating a fact. You're actually complaining that the object has a mind of its own and is actively rebelling against you. It's a fantastic little quirk of human psychology baked right into English.
Next coordinate, Section 4, interrogando al futuro.
So, how do we ask the universe what's going to happen? To interrogate the future, we simply perform a really basic structural flip. You literally just take the modal engine, will, and move it right to the front of the sentence, before the subject. Notice, we don't use auxiliary verbs like do or does here at all. It's just an elegant, simple inversion. So, you will be home early simply becomes, will you be home early?
And you can use this exact structure to make polite requests or invitations. When you ask, will you help me with my homework tomorrow? You're directly asking about that person's willingness and volition. It's just a super effective way to navigate social interactions and request a little assistance on your journey.
Now for the ultimate showdown. Section 5, will versus going to.
This is exactly where a lot of cadets get a little lost, deciding between our spontaneous hyperdrive, will, and our pre-planned navigation computer, going to. Let's clear this up. The absolute crucial point is understanding the timeline of your decision and the evidence for your prediction. If you made a plan before you started speaking, use going to. If you make the decision right while you're speaking, use will. And for predictions, if you look up and see dark storm clouds, use going to because you have physical evidence. Look at those clouds, it's going to rain. But if you just have a gut feeling it might rain next week, stick with will.
This timeline really visualizes the concept beautifully. The closer and more locked in an arrangement is, the less we rely on spontaneous will.
If you literally have a ticket and a set time, you use the present progressive. I am flying to New York tomorrow. If it's a solid intention, but maybe the exact details aren't totally locked in yet, you use I am going to fly. And if someone literally just suggested a trip right now, you'd say, great idea, I'll fly with you.
Almost done. Section 6. Errores comunes de navegación.
Let's identify those asteroid fields where new learners commonly crash. The biggest trap, by far, is overusing will for fixed weekend plans. A native speaker fully expects you to say, this weekend I am going to the cinema because it's already planned out. Another huge trap, especially for Spanish speakers, is translating voy a literally into the English present tense. Saying, tomorrow I go to buy bread sounds, well, kind of like a broken navigation system. You absolutely must say, tomorrow I am going to buy bread. I really hope this explainer helps you navigate your English journey and leaves you ready to command your own future with total confidence. Remember, whether you're relying on the pre-planned certainty of going to or the spontaneous volitional power of will, you now have the exact coordinates to speak naturally and accurately. So, leaving you with this thought. Knowing what you know now, what are you going to do with your future and what will you decide right this second? Keep your thrusters warm and we'll catch you on the next mission.